In this video, we're gonna try to level up by defeating some of the bosses that we have skipped. But first, we're gonna explore this a bit. We're gonna get the smithing stone ball bearing for smithing stones 5 and 6, the regular ones. That way, if you want to upgrade your katana, you will be able to. Also, be careful of the guys outside. They do a lot of frost damage, and if you get more than one attacking you, it could get pretty dangerous. Here, we're just gonna skip over some of the enemies. We don't want to fight them. There's a few birds here, and they're pretty aggressive. And then we're also gonna get this item right here. These plants are pretty rare, so it's nice to get them when we can to craft some materials. And here you want to be careful of a golem who's shooting arrows. And he's pretty accurate. If you go down, he's more likely to miss you. But I didn't do that. And I think I get hit again while getting these items. Yep. Yeah, if you heal while on your horse gets killed too. But he shouldn't be an issue just fighting him with the... And make sure you get this rune. And there's another one of those plants. There's also a scarab coming up that has a number 8 somber stone. We're gonna use that to upgrade our other staff. And then we're gonna get a number 9 in a little bit. I almost missed the side of grace. And then just make sure you talk to Millicent.
To think, what could you know? Call upon. I heard indeed the Halic tree. I heard the.
And then just we're gonna make our way towards the 9th Somberstone.
Do you hear me? It is I, Latenna. We're almost there. Castle Sol lies just off to the north, where the other medallion is housed. It will grant passage to the land of the Halic.
We will probably continue Latenna's quest on the next video, not this one. If we go to the right, there's a dragon over there, but we'll come back to it for now, we're focusing on getting the Summerstone number 9 so we can upgrade our staff. And we're gonna do some other stuff. Yeah, after we get this side of Grace, we're just gonna cross the bridge and then go to the next bridge. There's 2 bridges, and on the second one, that's where the Tombstone number 9 will be. There's also a tree avatar right here. He's pretty strong since this is endgame. And like halfway through, um, he copies himself, so there's 2 of them. So it's better to avoid it for now. And here's the Summerstone number 9. So now we have enough to upgrade our staff to +9. And then I was debating whether getting this next talisman, but I thought I'd get it just in case some of you are willing to sacrifice some health to reduce the cost of FP per spells.
Where did you go?
So the jellyfish we got is
Here.
her sister.
No time to waste. Let's see the stars.
And then that's how you unlock this one. And now we're gonna make our way to Castle Sol, which is where our boss is that's holding the second half of the medallion the lieutenant was talking about. And then this guy, you can beat him. I think he only drops between 3,000 and 5,000 souls. And Death Root. There's also another boss that shows up to the left, but we're gonna avoid him because he can basically one-shot us. He has the death poker, I believe, and it just creates a lot of frost buildup, and it's kind of hard to avoid. So it'll be better if we're stronger before we fight it. So we're gonna come back to this. We're gonna level up our staff, and then we're gonna try out Comet Azur and try to level up to 49 in intelligence. That way our mimic can use this staff as well. So our first test subject will be a tree avatar. He's pretty weak, so like we need to have the +10 intelligence for us to be able to use Comet Azur, because we need 60 intelligence, and Not there yet. Also, like these trees avatars, drop some bubble tier or some type of tier that you can use as a buff on your physic. And you're welcome to like try out different ones that we get. For this one, it should be pretty easy, um, since it has a lot less health than the next ones we're gonna do. And since we're here, we're gonna go and get some of the gold bugs, so we can craft some golden picklefoot later. I was a little lost trying to figure out where this pond is. And there should be 10 gold fireflies. So pick them all up. And then here I was just trying to get away so I can teleport. And then we're gonna go beat the first dragon. Again, this one should be pretty easy now. We are pretty over level for this area, so it should be similar. Also, if it makes you feel more comfortable, you can summon the mimic. That way it takes the attention away from you. And I totally mistyped that. Notice I already have the golden scarab equipped, since we're strong enough. That way we don't have to worry about switching it out. And here we're gonna head and do the tree avatar that we skipped earlier. And this one drops a firecrack tier. If you switch your build and you use fire spells, this one's pretty useful. And here I got chased down by one of the guys. So as I'm trying to do the spell, I get hit and then I get attacked. But you should be strong enough to tank some of the hits. But comet azur is not really gonna work. We're too close. Rock sling would probably be the best one to use. And then I'm only using comet azur just to kind of practice using it for like the later bosses, trying to figure out the spacing. But if you feel more comfortable using other spells, using the mimic, and you can also buff with golden bow, it'll make some of these fights a lot easier. And then we're gonna head over to fight the rod dragon. And here, I'm I'm gonna die. I I thought I could beat him on my own, and I give it 2 attempts, but I get close. That rod, like, it's really damaging. Here's a second attempt. I got so close. On my first playthrough, I can't count the number of times I died to his breath attacks. But here's the last attempt. This time, I'll summon the Mimic. You can also buff up with Golden Bow, and you can use Rock Sling. It's pretty effective, and it has a decent range. You don't have to deal so much with the breath. So just be careful while it is active, that you're away from the breath, or you'll get Scarlet Rot. And then this one gives enough runes that it's worth it to also use the Picklefoot. And our main goal right now is to get to level 49 in intelligence. That way, with our headgear, it's 52, and a mimic can use the staff. And then the way I fight this dragon is also the way you can fight the dragon we previously fought. So you just switch out to your meteorite staff, that way you have it on your offhand. And then that way your mimic will just cast spells. But make sure you use our staff on the left, because that one does more damage, and it also gets the boost from the meteorite staff for the rock sling. I think it's between 20 and 30% more damage if you have it on your offhand. I know they make it pretty helpful to give us Terra Magica for the extra magic damage. So I thought we were gonna have enough rooms here to level up to 49 intelligence, but we didn't, so I decided to continue um, to do the invasions and continue the quest of one of the NPCs. Also, we're gonna store some of the weapons, that way it's less clutter. And you can store like all of them except the ones we use. I just left some of them because we might use them later and I don't forget about it. So yeah, also Godfrey's talisman doesn't actually boost Comet Azur. I did some testing after I finished recording this video, just to make sure, because I wasn't seeing any improvement. Um, but I know it still boosts Night Comet, which is the invisibility spell, and that's why we're gonna use it here. And it'll also boost um, the Asher War of another weapon that I'm planning to use later. In this invasion, you want to keep your distance because he has like those rot arrows and also a dagger that causes rot. But with the invisibility, the Night Comet spell, it shouldn't be too hard, as you saw. And then we're gonna get our reward and also talk to the NPC.
Now of the true, the Erd, but it was all the tarnished like the our lord. If the Erd, then we are willing. We at the, if you follow the lords, it cannot come.
We'll talk to this NPC over here, and he'll give us a invasion letter, basically to help him out.
Look, I knew you'd take this. Especially if you should.
We're gonna do the invasion, I think, in the next video. But for now, we're gonna beat this boss, and he's pretty weak to sleep. At least the first one. So we gotta make it count. Once he falls asleep, he stays asleep for quite a while. I don't know if it's like a minute, but it takes some time. So we get in here, and about halfway through here, we want to throw it, and we'll have time to buff up, heal if you need to, and then cast the spell. We don't actually get enough to get to level 49, but we can use some runes on the next video to get to at least 49. So we should be good. See you next time.